date in history, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred on this date in years past, both recognized by other historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the Smart Advice application, Today in History, What Happened Today in History, historical calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbody description below. Anyway, I am A.O. Xander.
I'm Justin.
And we also have Carrera.
I'm very much Carrera.
Yes. And of course, you viewer are you. Today is Phrase Day, aka Friday, June 9th, 2023. Who wants to start us off here?
Justin, go.
Alright. So, in 68, you said?
Yeah.
In 68, Roman Emperor Nero commits suicide, imploring his secretly Euphedos to slit his throat to evade a Senate-imposed death by flogging.
Dang.
Whoa, they flogged him to death.
Yikes. Oh, no, they didn't. His secretary slit his own throat to avoid being, put to death by flogging. So Nero killed himself, which caused his secretary to kill himself in order to avoid the punishment. So.
Alright,
yeah.
I gotta take these stupid ass glasses off. Hold on.
Alright. We got another one here from Justin.
Alright. In 641, Arabic Islamic army conquers Romans at Alexandria, taking control of Egypt.
Yeah, you're very muffled, by the way. Like, is your hand over your mic or something?
Can you hear me now?
A little bit better, but like it's still like it's just like the way you talk. Like you need to broadcast yourself. Like you're mumbling like a teenager.
Hello, hello, hello.
That's a little bit better.
Okay, I probably was covering the mic. I'll do it two more just in case, then just to make it right.
All right, let's just move on up to 1310 here.
1310, all right. 1310, Duskios Masada piece, a single artwork of the early Italian Renaissance, is divided and Cathedral, Siena, Italy.
All right. You're gonna need to do something with your mic, Justin, because like you're garbly, you're kind of robot-y, you're very muffled, like every possible problem you're experiencing at once. So, Mr. Carrera, we got one here for you in 1531.
Whoa, shit. Okay, in 1531, Pope Clement the Seventh and French King Francis I signed secret treaty against Holy Roman Emperor, Charles V.
Testing one more time, just in case. I don't mean to cut no one off. I wanted to say something before anyone.
You're a little bit better, but you're still a little bit muffled. Like it's not just your mic; it's your voice itself. Like it sounds like you're like talking really low and you're trying to keep yourself quiet because maybe there's somebody sleeping. Like you need to like broadcast your voice, like the way you talk itself, not just your mic, but the way you talk itself is contributing to the issue. So.
Oh, like this?
That's better. Yes.
Yeah, a lot better.
I guess I was just trying to be mindful of people, but I guess I'm not that loud because no one's looking at me, but okay.
Yeah, well, like, if you're in a public area or something, like, then, like, yeah, but, like, usually people are, like, in their homes or, like, somewhere where they're not looking weird, but... Anyway, let's move on up here.
So my appointment.
Okay. Anyway, let's get into the show here. 1534, Mr. Carrera.
1530. Jacques Cartier first sails into the mouth of St. Louis River.
Huh. All right. Uno mas.
1549. Book of Common Prayer is adopted by the Church of English.
Ooh.
Or England, excuse me.
Yeah, by the Church of England, yeah. All right. Moving on up, what do we got here? 1628, we have the first deportation from what is now the U.S., Thomas Morton from Massachusetts. All right, so they deported Thomas Morton for whatever reason. And 1650, the Harvard Corporation, the more powerful of the two administrative boards of Harvard, was established. This was the first legal corporation in the Americas. Ooh, nice.
All right, I got to roll down. Sorry.
No worries. Let's see here. 1732, Royal Charter for Georgia granted to British military officer and philanthropist soldier James Oglethorpe. All right. Yeah.
Nice.
And what else do we have here? Here you go, Mr. Carrera.
1772, first naval attack of Revolutionary War takes place in Providence, Rhode Island.
Huh. All right.
With a major attack. So, awesome.
Yeah.
Then we got 1790, first book, copy written under Constitution, Philadelphia spelling book.
All right. I guess people gotta learn how to spell, you know? And technically, after you've read the entire dictionary, all other books are just a remix.
Yeah, pretty much. So, my third is going to be 1803, British Emperor Matthew Flinders arrived in Sydney, becoming the first circumnavigate Australia, providing its one continent.
Yeah, he was an explorer, not an emperor, and he circumnavigated Australia, which is like he went all the way around the entirety of Australia on a boat. And it basically, you know, proving it is one continent. So it's a continent, country, and an island all in one. Moving on up into 1815, we have the end of the Congress of Vienna. New European political situation is set. So this was a big event, Congress of Vienna. The Congress of Vienna of 1814 through 1815 was a series of international diplomatic meetings to discuss and agree upon a possible new layout of the European political and constitutional order after the downfall of the French Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte. Oh, wow. Yikes. So Napoleon was such a force that he actually, like, caused, like, the entirety of Europe to, like, you know, almost die. That's crazy. Well, we also have in 1822, Charles Graham of New York patented porcelain false teeth. All right.
I wish George Washington would have known about that guy.
Well, I think Washington was already dead by then. I'm not sure. But we all know that he had wooden dentures.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which what can you eat with wooden dentures? And like, obviously they would swell, being in the moist environment of your mouth. Like, would they splinter off? Like, that would be painful. Man, you think having a chip between your teeth is painful? Try having a splinter in your gums. Ugh. Yikes. In 1856, 500 Mormons left Iowa City, Iowa, and headed west for Salt Lake City, Utah, carrying all their possessions in two-wheeled handcarts. Yep. The Mormon Trail. Get them out of here. Then 1860... Sorry?
No, go ahead.
1860, we have the first U.S. quote-unquote dime novel was published. Malaseca, the Indian Wife of the White Hunter by Mrs. Ann Stevens. Oh, I guess a dime novel means like it's 10 cents to buy it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Actually,
anyway.
Whatever.
Yeah. You're going to say something?
No.
Huh.
I mean, I think I agree with you. I believe a novel or a novelle is 10 cents.
Oh, yeah, it says here, a dime novel is a cheap, popular novel, typically a melodramatic romance or adventure story. All right. The dime novel is a form of late 19th century and early 20th century U.S. popular fiction issued in a series of inexpensive paper-bound editions. All right. So it was a whole thing. I'm going to add this wiki link in the underbar of the description post-stream, as usual. But what do we have here, Mr. Carrera, in 1870?
1870, U.S. President Ulysses S. Grant meets with Sioux Chief Red Cloud at the White House in Washington, D.C.
Huh.
Wow.
Nice.
That's some crazy things.
Yeah.
And then 1873, Alexandra Palace in London burns down after being open for only 16 days.
Yikes.
Wow.
Wow. Huh.
And then my last one is 1898. China leases Hong Kong new territories to the United Kingdom for 99 years.
Yep.
That is like actually crazy.
Yeah, Hong Kong. We all know how Hong Kong is doing right now. Like, that lease expired back in 1997. And, yeah, now everything's gone to complete crap. So, At 1898 as well, we have the Second Convention of Peking leased the new territories of Hong Kong to the United Kingdom for 99 years rent-free, expiring on June 30th, 1997. So, yeah, that goes in with what you just read. That's weird. Like, why couldn't they have combined those two? That's literally the same article. Huh. All right. 1889,
All right.
U.S. boxer James J. Jeffries knocks out defending champion Bob Fitzsimmons of England in the 11th round in Brooklyn, New York, to win the lineal world heavyweight title. And good old James J. Jeffries looks like one of the guys, Laurel or Hardy. I forgot which one, but he looks like one of those two, dressed up like that.
Wait, say that one more time.
What? Laurel or Hardy?
Yeah, do the last one you just did, so I can.
James J. Jeffries. The 1899.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm back in place.
Yeah.
In 1900, in China, boxers destroy the race course in Peking, a few miles from what the hell? Legation and the center of Stibble. Whoa. My brain is breaking.
I'm
Symbol
witnessing
of diplomatic social life and Western privilege.
All right.
And then we got 1902. The first automat restaurant opens in 8108 or 818 Chestnut Street, Philadelphia.
Huh.
And then we
Hold on a
got.
second. What's an automat restaurant? Let's take a look at
That-
that here real quick. It's just like a restaurant place. Automats. The automat stage became numbered with the likes of McDonald's and KFC hit the scene. Oh, okay, so that's like a pre-fast food type situation. Interesting.
That's cool.
All right. Sorry about that. Continue.
And then in 1908, King Edward the Seventh of Great Britain visits Tsar Nicholas II at Revel, Russia, where the two discuss growing power of Germany and British plans for reform in Macedonia.
Ah. Macedonia. Interesting.
I can enunciate.
Yeah, Macedonia. It's escaping me for right now. I know it's a country, Macedonia. Why did I download that? Okay. Yeah, Macedonia is like to the west of Italy. You know, there's Albania, Montenegro, Kosovo, Greece, Bulgaria. It's North Macedonia, so I don't know where normal Macedonia is. I guess Greece was Macedonia. So, yeah.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to move on up to 1909. Alice Hoyler Ramsey, 22-year-old housewife from Hackensack, New Jersey, became the first woman to drive across the U.S. in a Maxwell 30, drives 3,800 miles from Manhattan to San Francisco in 59 days. That's not bad, actually.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure that San Francisco is on the West Coast and Manhattan's on the East Coast.
You are correct. You are correct.
Wow.
Yeah. We're going to move on up to 1910. A passenger on SS Arawata threw a bottle with a note overboard, later to be found on June 6 in 1983 in Queensland. Whoa! That's cool. So, what is that, 73 years?
Wait. A ship in a bottle?
No, shit, a bottle with a note. Like, like the note in the bottle, trope thing. Message in the bottle. So she threw overboard a message in a bottle on this date in 1910, and then just 3 days under 73 years later, it was found. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. And then we're going to move on up to 1922. Actually, hold on a second. 1915. U.S. President Woodrow Wilson sent second Lusitania note to Germany protesting the sinking of the Lusitania and refuting German claim British blockade illegal. During the First World War, right there. And then now we're going into 1922. We got the first ringing of the Harkness Memorial Chime at Yale University. All right. Now, back to you, Mr. Carrera, 1923.
Keep going. Grandmom's here, so...
All right. Give Grandma a hug for me. 1923,
yeah,
Brinks unveiled the first armored security vans. Ooh. So, let's see here. I want to see what they look like. What did an armored security van look like in 1923? 100 years ago, actually, on this date. Look at that. That would have been a great thing for Oka right there. Wow. I got to get on Oka. But, So look at that. That's the first armored security van. And there's the gun hole right there. If anybody tries to rob it. Cool. 1928, Charles Kingsford Smith and Charles Ohm were the first to fly across the Pacific when they ended their flight from California to Brisbane. All right. 2 years later, 1930, the Chicago Tribune reporter Jake Lingle was killed during rush hour at the Illinois Central train station by the Leo Vincent brothers, allegedly over a $100,000 gambling debt owed to Al Capone. Yikes. Whoa. Yeah, dude, don't do that. Al Capone's involved, you pay your debts. So, yikes. 1931, we have the first rocket-powered aircraft design was patented by Robert Goddard. Let's take a look at what that looks like, actually. Let's see here. Okay. So, rocket-powered aircraft. Look at that. Cool. 1934, we have the first appearance of Donald Duck in a cartoon, The Wise Little Hen. Take a look at that, what Donald Duck looked like originally, 1934. Dang, he's old. Let's see here. The Wise Little Hen, 1934. There he is. Okay, he hasn't changed that much. I mean, he probably got longer arms now. His arms do look a little short. His neck looks a little long. Yeah, good old Donald. Oh, he's not looking too well in this picture. What else do we have here? 1935, Ho-Mezzo Agreement. The Republic of China, under KMT administration, recognized Japan occupations in northeast China. Yep. Japan was fighting China, since, I think, the late 20s, actually. All through the 30s, certainly through the 30s and into World War II. Carrera, are you back? I see you're unmuted.
Yeah, which one did you just do? I'm sorry.
I just did the 1935 one. We're now up, moving on up to 1940.
Alright, let's do 1940. General Charles de Gaulle's first meeting with Winston Churchill.
Yep. So I don't know why it says general, because, well, I guess he was a general before he was president. Charles de Gaulle, I've said many times before, he's I would attribute him with being extremely pivotal towards winning World War II. Because if it wasn't for him, there would not have been a free French movement, and if it wasn't for that, D-Day probably would have failed. So,
And there wouldn't have been a Battle of Britain.
Well, no, the Battle of Britain happened before all that. So.
Did it?
Yeah. The Battle of Britain, after Germany took over mainland Europe, they started tenderizing the British Isles, so to speak, by bombing it. The Battle of Britain, in order to bomb them into submission and then make them want to sue for peace. Although Hitler did have a plan, Operation Sea Lion, to invade the islands, but it was not going to be successful no matter what. So.
Well, too bad he decided to take on Stalingrad as well.
Yeah, Operation Barbarossa was the stupidest thing Hitler could have ever done. You would have think someone who literally fought in the First World War when Germany was fighting a two-front war, that he would have learned that lesson. Oh, hey, let's not open up a second front, But he was also on a lot of drugs and such. So Hitler was an absolute idiot.
Yeah, he kind of was.
But anyway, let's move on up here. Let's go to 1943.
All right, pay-as-you-go withholding U.S. income tax deducts authorized.
All right.
So basically what they're saying is we're going to, stop and then go.
Okay.
So that is a major, withhold of a bunch of money. And then just stop. And then do small favors towards the U.S. government.
Well, let's see here. Oh, here we go. A guide to withholding estimated taxes and ways to avoid the estimated tax penalty. All right. Cool. I will add this in the underbar as well. I need to read this myself. This is interesting. I'm actually gonna. Oh, my other monitor is frozen. Great. All right. Anyway. Let's move on up here.
1945, following an 8-7 win over the Phils, Brooklyn managed Leo Duischer is arrested on a complaint by a fan that Duischer slugged him? What?
Whoa. Huh. Well, I mean, yeah, that's wild. I wonder if he actually did, or if that's somebody just lying to get publicity or something.
Hell yeah.
People do that all the time.
You know how it goes.
Yeah. Oh,
and
here
then,
we go.
Oh, goodness. Warner Brothers cartoon, A Gruesome Twosome, starring Tweety premieres in USA. That was 1945.
Yeah. So that sounds like Sylvester and Tweety. But Gruesome Twosome, that sounds like us right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. We're going to move on up to 1946. 66,545 fans helped Yankees break million attendance mark, the earliest. All right. Well, this is the fastest they can get, a total combined of 1 million people having watched the sport for that team. Cool. 1946, Bhumibol Abdul Yadij became king of Thailand after the death of his brother, King Ananda Mahidol. Well, the second guy's name is a little bit easier to pronounce. Why couldn't the first guy have been the one who died? But that sounds awful. But while that was happening, 1946 as well, New York Giant Mel Ott became the first manager in MLB history to be elected from both, to be ejected from both games of a doubleheader. Giants lost both games to Pittsburgh Pirates. Yikes! And even in that artist renditioning, he looks mad.
Now I'm gonna put on my Pittsburgh hat.
With your Ray-Bans?
And my Ray-Bans.
Ah, there you go. Now you're rocking it. And then 1949, Georgia Niece Clark of Kansas became the first woman treasurer of the U.S. Cool. All right.
Hell yeah.
And back to you.
As a person of women's rights, yes, that's awesome.
Yep.
Let's go, 1949? No, 53.
53.
All right, Worcester sauce. Whoa, actually, that's not funny. County tornado kills 94, injuries 1,310, and leaves 10,000 homeless.
Yikes.
That's not funny.
No.
I didn't mean to laugh at that.
No, that's all right. You just saw the first word, Worcester sauce, ha 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 ha, and then death.
It was like, wow.
Well, you got some whiplash there of some sort.
Yeah, kind of. 1954, Joseph Welch asked U.S. Senator Joseph McCarthy, "Have you no sense and decency, sir?" during a Senate Army hearings.
Yeah, that was McCarthyism was essentially like you know like how the left is like going crazy today, like, you know, oh, if you're not with us, you're you know, a bigot, you're a racist, you're a this, you're a that. Like,
yep.
McCarthyism was like that, but not as extreme. I mean, granted, it was still pretty extreme, especially for at the time. But like, you know, they were like really like, you know, oh, like, you know, no commies, blah blah blah. Like, if you see a commie, pick up a phone, get him arrested, get him deported. Like, you know, McCarthyism was like, you know, extreme on the other end of the spectrum, but not as much as the left are going now. Like, you know, they've gone and matched and exceeded. So essentially, that's what McCarthyism is.
I've got like two things to say about the next one that I get to read.
All right.
Temperatures reaches 100 degrees Fahrenheit in Seattle, Washington, the hottest day on record. Dude, I live in Texas.
Well, yeah.
We have 113 degree days with 90% humidity.
Okay, well, that's Texas. This is specifically for Seattle, Washington. Like, the record for Seattle, Washington specifically was 100 degrees and the hottest at the time. It's since been broken, obviously. But, like, obviously, like, you know, like, we've out here, you know, in Cali, like, I've had days where it's gotten up to 120. So, obviously, 100 degrees is not, like, the worldwide, you know, like, thing. They're just talking specifically about Seattle.
I like to yell about things and quit being a fucking...
A buzzkill?
Yep. There you go.
Never.
Your turn.
1957, we have the first ascent of Broad Peak, the world's 12th highest mountain. Ooh.
Wait, 1957 or 19... What?
1957.
It's not on my list.
It should be.
It's not.
Huh. Okay. That's weird. 1958, the HM Queen Elizabeth II officially opened London Gatwick, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. I thought we were talking about a boat. Officially opened London Gatwick Airport, LGW, Crawley, West Sussex, United Kingdom. All right. Oh. And while that was happening, 1958 as well, the novelty song "The Purple People Eater" by Sheb Wooley hit #1. I've heard about that. I haven't heard that song, but I've heard of it.
Wait, you haven't heard that song?
I have not.
Weird.
Probably not. I don't remember it, but I've heard references to it a lot throughout my years. But 1 year later, in 1959, we have the first ballistic missile sub was launched, the George Washington, from Groton, Connecticut. Cool. Ballistic missile subs. Here we go.
Alright. I'm gonna fucking do this because this is awesome. First of all, let me put my Ray-Bans back on.
Oh, here we go.
I'm doing it because it's Roy Orbison and he's synonymously known for wearing dark glasses.
As he is in the picture right there.
So, Roy Orbison in 1960 releases the singing "Only the Lonely." It becomes the first major hit, peaking at #2 in the US and topping the UK charts.
Nice.
Awesome. And then in 1960, Typhoon Mary in China kills 16. Oh. 1,600 people.
Yikes.
Rest in peace, guys.
Yeah. And I actually have a joke involving, hurricanes and typhoons and all that stuff. But remind me after the show to tell you, because I'm pretty sure it would be a cancelable offense if I said it on stream. Because you know how the left hate comedy. Like, oh my god, you're making a joke. Cancel him. Oh. Yeah.
I did something sweet, so yeah, we can do that after the show.
Yeah.
1962, American pop and jazz singer Tony Bennett makes his Carnegie Hall concert debut in NYC.
Oh. All right.
And first of all, one of the greatest voices and great musician. So.
What else do we got?
And Xander knows I'm a metalhead, and
yeah.
I still love like good music, so whatever. Let's go 1962, Warner Brothers, Bill of Hair, the Bug Bunny premieres in USA.
Wait, it says Bug Bunny. It's supposed to be Bugs. What the hell? Bug Bunny.
Bugs Bunny.
Is that like a rabbit with insect-like qualities, or the other way around?
I'm not sure, but I mean, it did hit in 1962.
Yep. Moving on up to 1963, we have the first Sunday night game in baseball. San Francisco Giants lost to the Houston Colts 3-0. Huh. Well, I guess the Colts need light to play. Huh.
Yeah, they better fucking fix their shit.
Yeah. And then 6 years later, 1969, Brian Jones left the Rolling Stones after developing a serious drug problem. Oh, man. That's unfortunate.
Actually, that was a very sad day. That dude was an amazing, incredible musician, and anyways, yeah.
Yeah. And then 1 year later, Bob Dylan was given an honorary doctorate of music at Princeton University. Cool. I still want that hat. Like, that hat looks so comfy. Bob Dylan, give me your hat. But back to you in 72. There you go.
14 inches of rain in 6 hours burst. Rapid City, what is that, San Diego?
I think so.
Anyways, dam drowns 200. Oh my god. Why do I get the sad things?
South Dakota. Not San Diego, South Dakota.
237 people drowned in 6 bursts of rain over and over again.
No. It wasn't 6 bursts. It was within a 6-hour period. It rained 14 inches, which is a foot and 2 inches. So, like, where'd my tape measure go? Right here. So, within 6 hours, it was 14 inches of rain? Yeah. This much rain. Like, that's a lot of rain in 6 hours. Holy crap. Like, that's a flash flood typhoon inland and stuff thing. That's scary.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. 1972, in a show of support for Iraq, OPEC moves to prevent companies whose interests were nationalized in Iraq from increasing production elsewhere.
All right. I don't fully understand what that means, but it sounded important. That's why I put it in. So
I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah.
But in 1973, 105th Belmont, I'm sorry. Everybody understand that my buddy stole my glasses, so it's really hard to read a lot of things.
Yeah.
Ron Turcotte aboard the Secretariat and wins in 2.4, becoming the first Triple Crown winner in 25 years.
Nice. That's 2 minutes 24 seconds flat. That's pretty quick.
Fast as shit.
Yeah. Oh, here's another sad one.
I gotta do another one.
You want me to take this one?
Man, you know what? My granddad was a fireman.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'll go ahead and take this one. 1975, a fire in prison hospital at Sanford, Florida caused the deaths of 10 prisoners and 1 guard. Yikes. Oh, it's not good. And while that was happening, the UK House of Commons was broadcast live by radio for the first time. All right. It took them all the way until then for them to allow their people to hear what the politics are doing. That's kind of not cool.
I actually kind of want to take this because my ex-girlfriend was part of the Latter-day Saints.
Go for it.
In 1978, Church of Christ of Latter-day Saints Mormons strikes down a 148-year policy of excluding black men from priesthood.
Yep. A lot of people don't realize that Mormonism is extremely prejudiced and racist and such. I mean, the very founding of their belief is straight out of hate. Like, they believe that the Native Americans were turned red as a punishment by God because they wouldn't accept Jesus Christ in their lives. And they believe somehow, like, wow, Jesus was alive. You know, Jesus of Nazareth and stuff, like, out in the Middle East. Somehow, magically, he visited the Americas and was trying to spread the gospel there, and they denied him, so as punishment, God turned their skin red. That's like the basis of their belief. Like, it's hateful. Mormonism is just hateful.
By a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Who couldn't even reproduce his own bullshit.
Are you talking about Joseph Smith?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get out of here, dude.
Yeah. Scientology and Mormonism. One's a cult and one's hateful. Oh. Anyway, let's move on up. You have another one here in 1978. Speaking of religions.
Go. I'm across the room.
Okay. The Johannes Gutenberg's Bible, the first book produced using the printing press, one of 21 complete versions, sold for $2.4 million in London. Whoa. I mean, like the first book ever produced, so yeah, it should be expensive. 1 year later, 1979, Michael Kearney toppled a record row of 169,713 dominoes. Woo! That's a lot of dominoes. That's a lot of pizza. And while that was happening, the MLB Phillies wore an all-burgundy alternate uniform for the first and almost last time in a 10-5 loss to Montreal Expos at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. This was revived 40 years later as part of a retro night promotion. All right, cool.
I tricked you into doing sports.
No, you didn't. I could have very well just not had that in the script, so I would never even have the chance to read it. So you can't trick me into doing anything. This is my own script, bro. I wrote this.
He is very smart.
No, I'm just a guy. But let's go back to you. You sound like you're back. So we have a 1980 for you.
Let me roll down. Oh! Philippines and San Francisco Giants in their game at... What does that even mean? 3:11 a.m.?
Yeah, in the morning. They played and they finished at 3:11 in the morning.
So they went in triple overtime.
Apparently. But there's one just before that, actually. In 1980 as well.
Oh, comedian Richard Pryor suffers severe burns from freebasing.
Yikes. Not good.
He burned his lips.
severely.
Smoking cocaine.
Don't do drugs, kids. Well, I mean, don't do the hard drugs. Like,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
sugar,
come on.
caffeine, nicotine. Well, nicotine, not really good. Like, well, nothing's really good, but, I mean,
Actually,
there's one drug that's good.
to be honest with you, just smoke a little weed and do not freebase or do anything bad, and do not smoke nicotine like I do.
Oh, well, I vape nicotine, so. Anyway, let's move on up here. What do we got? 1983, Margaret Thatcher's Conservative Party won British parliamentary election. Cool.
You.
And while that was happening, Zimbabwe won their first one-day cricket international versus Australia. Oh, come on, Australia, you're losing to Zimbabwe? Come on.
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe. Then 1984, Jürgen Hingstein of West Germany set record for a decathlon, 8,798 points. All right.
I don't know what that means, but awesome.
Well, a decathlon is a sporting event. Let's. What is the specifics? Hold on a second. What are the 10 sports in it? So, an all-around athletics test, the 10-event contest covers the whole range of athletics disciplines spread over 2 days. The first day consists of, within this order, the 100 meters, a long jump, shot put, high jump, and 400 meter. The second day events are 110 meter hurdles, discus, the pole vault, javelin, and 1,500 meters. So he does all of those, and at the end he scored 8,798 points, and that's the all-time record so far, I think. So.
Oh.
Anyway, we also have in 1984, the Polygram's Hanover, Germany plant produced its 10 million CD. Whoa. Cool. Oh.
Wait. Who the hell is that? Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Who, Weird Al? Anyway,
Wait, what?
I don't know. You got another one here in 1985, Mr. Carrera?
Alright. USSR's Vega 1 deposits landed on the surface of, holy shit, the hottest planet on the solar system.
Yes. In
How
the solar
in the
system.
hell?
Yeah, no, like Russia, like routinely kicked their asses up and down the street, during the space race. So.
And we can actually denounce, like, anybody's, like, the hottest part of the moon isn't even, like, 850 degrees, which Venus is, I think,
Thousands.
almost 1,000. Jesus. That's awesome.
About 900 degrees. Yeah, you're right. The surface of Venus are around 900 degrees Fahrenheit, or 475 Celsius.
Because of the sulfur, the sulfuric acid in the atmosphere.
Well, all of that is because of its proximity to the sun,
Mercury isn't even that hot, and it's closer to the sun.
Oh, wait. Okay, so it's Mercury, Venus, and then Earth.
Yes.
Hold on a second. Solar system. Oh, you're right. Like, I never really knew, like, the inner planets that much. I know there's Mercury and Venus and Earth. Obviously, Earth is third rock from the sun. Mars is after us, then Jupiter, Saturn, and then Uranus and Neptune. Although those two switch every now and then. So,
They do.
yeah.
But Venus always stays hotter because it never rotates.
Oh, okay. I had to figure, like, I was literally thinking, like, isn't one of those two, like, tidally locked? Which, it is. So.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right,
what do we have in 1986?
Wait, which one?
The
The Clash?
Yeah.
Okay, in 1986, in a clash of future baseball I can't even
Hall of Fame.
read.
You
Shut
combine
up.
Hall of Fame into one word, the Haim.
I,
Like, yo, you
anyways,
hear Sandy Koufax is in the Haim? What?
all right, we're gonna go with him then.
We made a new word.
Starting California, Angel Dawn Sutton, 908 wins. Beat
298.
Tom Cleaver.
Sorry.
What did I say?
2098,000 something. Like,
Billion.
I don't even know where you're going.
Who cares? 298 wins, beats Tom Seaver of Chicago White Sox. 306 wins, 3-0 at what the hell? Why do you always give me this? Comiskey Park.
We need to get
I
you a
think-
new pair of glasses.
Yeah, I actually do need a new pair.
Do you have a Costco membership?
No, I have Sam's.
They have a optometrics and glasses stuff over there, right?
Yeah,
All right. Well, now you know what you must do.
get more glasses.
Yes.
My quick note. One of my best friends stole my last set of glasses, and
Yeah.
he's a terrible person. And
Dude, why would anybody steal somebody else's glasses? Like, what's the point? They're not your prescription. Like, what are you gonna do? You can't sell them, you know? Like, the best thing you can do is donate them to lens crafters. Like, what can you do with somebody else's glasses? Seriously.
it's a terrible thing, and let's not get into that. Let's.
Yeah, it boggles my brain. So,
Oh my God! There's a Star Trek.
yeah, we'll get to there. Take the 88 first, and then you get to talk about the Star Trek.
All right, in 1988, U.S. Attorney General Edwin Meese orders Joseph Doherty deport to the UK.
All right. Don't
And
know
then
what-
in 1989, Star Trek V: The Final Frontier premieres in the USA.
All right.
Yes!
Yep. While that was happening in 1989 as well, a rare tornado in Philadelphia killed one person. Wow. I did not know Philadelphia can get tornadoes, but, I mean, California used to not get them either, and now we do, so there we go. Then 1 year later, in 1990, the Red Hot organization released music album Red Hot Plus Blue, featuring contemporary pop stars including U2, Annie Lennox, Thompson Twins, Sinead O'Connor, and Tom Waits, performing songs of Cole Porter to raise awareness and money to fight AIDS/HIV. All right.
Awesome.
365 more days later, we have the first WLAF World Bowl in 1991 held at Wembley Stadium, London. New York, wow. London. The London Monarchs defeated Barcelona Dragons 21-0. Whoa. That's a drumming right there. That's teeth kicked in. Yikes. Then 1993, The Body Snatchers premiered in France. I wonder if that's like, the Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Like, I know of that movie. I have yet to see it, though, but I'm aware of it. And then 1993, What's Love Got to Do With It? Got to Do With It. 1993 premiered as well. All right. It seems
Awesome.
it seems to be that the 9th day of the 6th month, 6/9, nice, is release day. Because we have several other we have quite a few releases here. But back to you, Mr. Carrera, 1994. Oh, this is actually, I'll take this one because this is sad. 1994, Angolan plane bombs school in Waku, Congo, killing 89. Yikes. What are they doing bombing a school? Who do they think they are? Barack Hussein Obama? You know? Obama?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, only that guy bombs children. Come on.
Drones.
So, but back to you now. Carrera 1995.
What the hell am I? The Brady Bunch movie?
Yep.
Based on the 70s TV series, premieres in UK.
Yeah. Apparently they had a movie. Yeah.
And then I actually have this on Laserdisc. Congo, 1995, premieres in USA.
Nice.
And then Dumb and Dumber premieres in Sweden in 1995. Dude, funniest fucking movie. Like, I mean, come on.
That's yet another movie. I have not seen any one of those series. Like, I know there's 1 and 2, and there's like a third one that came out recently, right?
There was the new one with Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey. And in between it, there was one. But yes, Dumb and Dumber is probably one of the funniest movies ever.
Yeah, there's Dumb and Dumber, and then there's Dumb and Dumber, and then now, what is it, Dumb and Dumber or something? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It goes like that. And yeah, we should put that on the schedule for our movie nights.
Yeah, you know, like we should. So I would write that in right now, but my other monitor is unfortunately frozen. That's another problem. I'm slowly upgrading my gear. You know, I got a new microphone. You know, like this guy right here. It's a good one. It's not that cheap $20 stick thing that everybody hated. So
everyone clap for Xander.
Oh man, I can't reach the soundboard. Oh, damn it. Actually, hold on a second. I can do this. Here we go.
Yeah!
All right. Anyway, let's move on up here. What do we got? 2006, King Bhumibol Adulyadej of Thailand celebrated the first of 3 national holidays to commemorate his 60 years on the throne. So yeah, we spoke about him earlier, and here we go, 60 years later. But then 2011, Boston University Center for the Study of Traumatic Encephalopathy announced agreement to examine brains of recently deceased San Francisco 49ers football players Joe Perry and John Henry Johnson for signs of injury. And yeah, it's being proven that all these football players, you know, in rugby and, you know, like any of these like hard contact sports, cause permanent traumatic brain damages. So, yeah.
I do believe that Boston's on the East Coast.
Yes, you are correct. So, and 1 year later, it is announced that up to $125 million in loans will be given to aid Spain's struggling banks in 2012. Wow.
What?
Yeah. Apparently Spain had some banking problems and they gave them loans. Oh. I don't know.
I've got to do this because...
Yeah, this man is a hero. Is a hero to humanity. So.
Thank you very much. In 2013, Edward Snowden publicly makes his identity known as a leaker of the NSA documents, and then had to run to fucking Russia, and then gave he got safe haven.
Yeah, he went to Russia for political asylum.
And that's amazing. And people should know what he did.
You know, like, Russia is not the perfect country. Neither is us. You know, neither is any country. But something has to be said about them if they are humane enough to house someone like Edward Snowden after what he did, and he has to flee his own nation when he's just trying to, you know, help the people out. That really tells us something about ourselves, you know?
It really does.
Yeah. Let's move on up to 2016. Ooh.
2016. The first one is successful attempt to turn CO2 gas into stone underground in Iceland, published in the Journal of Science.
So they basically turned a gas into a solid.
That's amazing.
That's crazy. I mean, with enough pressure, yeah, you know, because like there's the four terms of matter. There's gas, liquid, solid, and then plasma. So like under certain conditions, theoretically anything can be anything. Like water, is a liquid. It can be frozen into a solid, and it's also in the air. Or a steam. Steam is the gaseous form right there. Like I don't know how you can turn that into plasma. Like superheat water, it would just turn into steam. But still, to compress CO2 into a solid, that's pretty cool. So, but what else happened in 2016? I've spoken about this a couple of times.
Yeah, we have. We both have. The World WHO advises delaying pregnancies in area with the Zika virus.
Yeah, of course they do. They're trying to stifle the population. Population control, global reduction. Like the Zika virus, as I've said multiple times, straight up came out of a facility owned and controlled by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Bill Gates is an avid, outspoken person for population control. And the Zika virus, caused a bunch of birth defects. Like if anybody remembers, back in 2016, 2015, and all that stuff, like in Central America, the children were being born with very small heads and whatnot. That's the Zika virus, and that was
Bill Gates.
Yeah, that was designed to curb population growth. He's trying to turn it around and reduce population. So, yeah.
Everyone that is on the hardcore left wing thinks that we're at critical mass. You're fucking absolutely wrong. Period. And I just want everyone that listens to the show to understand that everybody in the world can have 1 acre in Texas.
Ah, that's a decent amount of land.
And if you actually believe this bullshit, you're fucking dumb.
Well, they're talking about critical mass as far as consumption, waste, emissions and all that stuff.
Yeah,
we can reduce, a bunch of stuff, and we are, but trying to reduce the population is not something we should be trying to reduce. Our consumption, yes. Our waste, yes. Our carbon footprint, okay, to a certain degree, yes. There is no such thing as carbon zero without being dead. So anybody who thinks that you can ascertain carbon zero while being alive is just an idiot. But anyway, let's move on up here to 2017. Tennis player Venus Williams is involved in a car accident that led to the death of another passenger in Palm Beach, Florida. Police later clear her of fault. That's a little fishy. I wonder if she actually wasn't at fault, or if her celebrity got her out scot-free.
Well, I mean, as usual, for being a personality, you usually get off because you're famous.
Yeah, well, that, killing another person should not be on that list of getting offable. But it's not how the world works yet, unfortunately.
Sometimes it happens.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Well, I mean, look at Alec Baldwin. Nothing happened to him. He straight up shot somebody. And look at Dick Cheney. Shot somebody as well. Nothing happened to him.
Right in the face.
Yeah, in the face. Anyway, in 2019, Ali Stroker became the first actress in a wheelchair to win a Tony Award for her musical, or for her part in the musical Oklahoma. Cool.
Wow.
It took that long though. That's a little disheartening. The first crippled person to receive an Oscar was only 4 years ago. Huh. Anyway, back to you, Mr. Carrera. You got some sports history here.
No.
All right, I'll take it. 2019, former Boston Red Sox star David Ortiz was shot while visiting his native Dominican Republic. Yikes. He went to his home and he got shot. That's not cool.
What the fart? I'm pretty sure Boston's on the East Coast.
Yes. Back to you. You got another 2019 here.
Oh, all right. Over 1 million people protest in Hong Kong over proposed new extradition laws to China, and one of the largest ever protests in the city.
Yeah, essentially China was trying to make it legal for them to extradite anybody that they wanted. So, like, and I was really worried at the time because I had sent a tweet out straight up to China's Twitter back when I had my own Twitter. Said, hey, China, you know, F you, but I actually said the full word. And then I blocked them and all that stuff. And, like, with how the world governments are, like, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, the U.S. government here would straight up just hand me over to China, you know, because I'm against them. And we all know our government is buddy-buddy with China. Same with Canada and Mexico and, you know, a lot of Central and South America's being owned and controlled by China now. So they could just extradite people and...
well, we owe them $3 trillion, so whatever.
Anyway, let's move on up to 2020. What do we got here?
My grandmother's calling me. Go.
All right. 2020, the U.S. Senate confirmed General Charles Q. Brown as Air Force Chief of Staff, the first black U.S. citizen to lead a U.S. Armed Forces branch. All right. I would have sworn that there were other people before him who did that, but all right. 1 year later, in 2021, one of the worst ever plagues of mice in New South Wales, Australia, prompts local government to commit $100 million in support to farmers. Well, hopefully they don't go to war with that, because the last time they went to war with an animal didn't end well for Australia. No. 2021 as well, record price for a coin sold at auction is 1933 Double Eagle gold coin sold for $18.9 million in New York. That's one expensive coin. Holy crap. Oh. And then we have quite a bit in 2022. Conjoined twins with a fused brain were successfully separated with help of virtual reality in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Oh, wow. Rio of all places. Huh. All right. While that was happening, NASA announced it will begin research into UFOs, focusing on unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs. So yeah, they're trying to change the word to confuse people, so that way actual knowledge doesn't get spread. 2022 as well, Russian leader Vladimir Putin compared himself to Tsar Peter the Great, who conquered the Baltic coast at an exhibition to the Tsar in Moscow. Yeah, well, you know, that guy's trying to bring the Tsar back and trying to bring back the Soviet Union all at once, which is a little weird, because the Soviet Union only formed after they overthrew the Tsar. So, Thailand was the first Southeast Asian country to legalize the growing and selling of cannabis. Recreational use is still banned, which is, you know, fine. You know, medicinal use, yeah. You know, people really shouldn't be recreationally smoking weed. It should really only be medicinal, to be honest. But then we also have in 2022, the controversial Saudi-backed LIV Golf Invitational Series got underway at the Centurion Club in Hertfordshire. PGA suspended 17 participating players. I have no idea what was going on with that, but alright. And last but not least, 2022 as well. 2 people were rescued after falling into a tank of chocolate at Mars' M&M factory in Pennsylvania. Well, what are they doing swimming in chocolate? Like, this is literally Augustus from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory falling into the river and getting sucked into the pipe. So, but anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar in the description for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. For your dose of past events daily, we stream every day at 11 in the morning Pacific time, which is 12 Mountain, 1 Central, and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all of you and all of us, I am A.O. Xander, and we had Carrera in the show. Currently, he's MIA. And of course, you, viewer, are you, and until you catch us tomorrow, or if you're interested in some notable events, weather, and sports, the Omni Coalition News Show Talkness is coming up in just under 3 hours at 3 p.m. Pacific Time. Anyway, until you catch us then, or tomorrow, or whenever, until then, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!